We now welcome in former first-round pick Brinson, who played 6 seasons in the big leagues as the Dodgers take down the Reds in the wild card round, and they are looking poised to get another World Series title. Mookie Betts, Lewis 4 hits, Yamamoto, he delivered. The bullpen continues to be shaky, but what's your overall reaction to the way the reigning champs knocked off the Reds?
Dodgers just doing what they do, right? The Dodgers are a dominant team, pitching, defense, and offensively, and they showed it this series. I mean, you had 28 hits by 10 different guys. I mean, this lineup is potent from top to bottom. There's really no holes. I mean, Freddie Freeman didn't get a hit tonight. He ended up getting a walk and an intentional walk, but Yamamoto looked dominant. Ended up facing him when I was in Japan, and he just looked like the same guy that was in Japan and dominant over there. So kudos to Doc Roberts as well, sticking with this guy, even though he struggled there towards the end of his outing, walking those last 2 guys, but at the same time getting out of that bases loaded jam. But the Dodgers are just dominant, man. This series was a little overmatching for the Reds. They tried to hang in there, scoring early by the rookie South Stewart get a big two RBI knock there, but you know, the Dodgers ultimately just a better team and more dominant there, and now they're going on to face the Phillies. It's going to be a great series next NLDS.
Yeah, we're going to get to the Phillies series, right, because that should be an electric, entertaining theater, right? But I want to dive deeper into your experience going up against Yamamoto in Japan. What makes him such a dynamic pitcher to get hits off of?
So for me, it was more of his release, right? So his release, he doesn't really have a leg kick. He has his windup, but he doesn't really come around and it has a traditional leg kick like the rest of the pitchers that you face. So over there in Japan, it was something that really stood out to me. I really couldn't time him up, and it seems like a lot of guys over here are really having a tough time timing up that leg kick, and his fastball just upshoots. He's got that rise with his fastball, his curveball coming out of that same tunnel, that same lane, being able to land that for strikes and being able to start that at your eye levels and end up in the dirt. I mean, he's got that splitter. He just got a multitude of pitches that he can get you out with, and he's just poised out there. He never looks wavered. He never looks stressed. He always looks like he's just dominating every time. And this year has been one of those years where he just ends up dominating everybody, and no matter what lineup he's facing. So he's just a guy that goes out there, does his thing, goes in the dugout, puts his hat down, and, you know, waits for his next turn. So just another, again, just impressive outing by Yamamoto tonight.
And now, as you mentioned, the Dodgers are going to face the Phillies in the NLDS, the 2 teams with the shortest odds to win the NL pennant. The Phillies won the season series actually 4-2. When you think about these 2 teams and all their health right now, right, how do these 2 stack up in your eyes?
In my eyes, these guys are very evenly matched, right? I mean, 2 of the most potent offenses in the league. I mean, leadoff hitter all the way down. Just in my opinion, the Dodgers have a better bench. They have a better, kind of supporting cast than the Phillies, but the Phillies 1 through 9. I mean, you got a ton of homers in that lineup, and the guys that can get it done in big spots and be able to move guys over. I think another advantage, in my opinion, again, the Dodgers are able to, when they need to, be able to move a guy over into scoring position, maybe bunt a guy over with runners on, on third base, less than 2 outs. Being able to put the ball in play, that's a big thing in the postseason. Obviously, the big home run is going to come by both of these teams, but at the same time, these pitchers are good as well. So when you're not able to score runs at a high rate, you got to be able to put the ball in play and force the defense to make plays on you. And I feel like both these teams do that very, very well. The Dodgers, I mean, just this series again, just dominating, and you got a Mookie Betts that is showing up and showing out. And I'm very, very happy for Mookie. All the stress and struggles that he's been through this season, it's just a pick your poison of MVPs at the top of that lineup, really. But this is going to be a fun, electric series, like you said, Chris, and I can't wait to watch it.
We will be watching so closely every game between the Dodgers and the Phillies. And, you know, people watch closely for good and bad reasons, the Dodgers bullpen, right? They had the 2nd worst bullpen ERA in the regular season by any playoff team. They were shaky against the Reds, right, in these 2 games. So you talked about the Phillies lineup, right, 1 through 9. They're better than the Reds lineup 1 through 9. So how concerned are you about their bullpen against the Phillies?
It's a little concerning, right? You got to find somebody that can come in the 7th, 8th inning before you get to looks like closer Sasaki there looked pretty nasty in that last inning for the Dodgers. But you're going to have to find some leverage guys. You're going to have to find some middle of the bullpen guys to kind of cover those innings. You can't expect your starters to go 7, 8 innings every time, right? You're going to face a better lineup than the Reds, like you just said, Chris. So you're going to have to figure out something. You're going to have to, get guys in there and throwing strikes and being efficient around the strike zone and attacking the zone. You can't, with the Reds, not as good as the lineup as the Phillies. You're going to face the Phillies, much better lineup, much more experienced lineup, especially in these playoff atmospheres. You guys have played each other the last couple of years. You guys know what each other has. So you're going to have to get in the strike zone. You're going to have to be aggressive, man. You're going to have to really, really take it to this Phillies team because you can't give them extra base. You can't get guys on base. They could beat you with the 2-run, 3-run homer at any point. So they're going to have to figure something out in the 7th and 8th inning.
Yeah, the Dodgers bullpen will have their hands full with everybody watching to see if they will rise to the occasion or crumble. Who do you have winning this series, though, man?
I do have the Phillies. I go back and I think it's the Phillies' time. I think they have the lineup. I think they have the bullpen. I think bullpens in the playoffs are huge. Don't have to really stretch out your starters. Go, 6, 7, 8 innings. Now, if they are dominating, you keep them in there and save the bullpen because these series are getting longer as the playoffs go on. But at the same time, I just think the Phillies have everything. They're the only team, in my opinion, that can really match up with the Dodgers on paper and on the field, and they do have a better bullpen. So if they do have a lead going late in the game, it's pretty much done deal. So in my opinion, I think the Phillies last out. It will go late into the series. I don't think this is going to be a quick done by the Phillies, but I do think the Phillies do take down the Dodgers. But the Dodgers are looking scary, man. They got a lot of guys really, really clicking on all cylinders. Again, you got MVP 1, 2, and 3 leading you off with Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts. And Mookie Betts getting hot. So it's going to be a testy series. It's going to be a good series, but I do have the Phillies pulling it out.
All right, Dodgers fans don't want to hear that, but maybe that'll give them some more motivation to prove you wrong.
Dodgers fans don't like me anyway.
Hey, man, not everybody going to like you in life, right? That's just normal. Right? If you are liked, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Now, one more, though, Absolutely. Going back to the Reds, right? They snuck into the playoffs after the Mets somehow collapsed in this regular season to not make it. What does this organization need to do to take that next step and beat teams or hang with teams like the Dodgers, right? The Padres, the Phillies?
Yeah, I think you need to go out and get you a bat, right? They have a good starting rotation core. You got your Hunter Greens, you got your Andrew Abbott's, you got your Nick Lodolos. Nick Martinez did a wonderful job for them this year, eating up some innings, kind of reasserting himself in the big leagues. You got your bullpen too, but I think you need some more bats in that lineup. You need some more boppers in that lineup. You have great defense. With TJ Frito out there in center, you got Gavin Lux, at second base. You got a star on the rise in South Stewart there at first and third. He could play both positions for you. So I think they need to go out and get some heavy hitters, get another bat. But I think their bullpen, their starting pitching and their bullpen looks great. Their resilience is great. Tito had them playing, wonderful down the stretch to be able to catch the Mets and work their way into the playoffs. But I think they just need to add to this lineup. The National League is full of potent and dominant and scary lineups. So be able to catch up with these guys and be able to keep up with these lineups in the National League, you're going to have to go get some more bats.
All right, we'll see if the Reds executives are able to make those decisions to level up and hang with the guys like the Dodgers and the Phillies and so much more. Lewis Brinson, we always appreciate your insight, man. All right, so here are the odds to win the NL pennant. Dodgers, the favorites. Not a surprise there. Then the Phillies, not far behind at plus 220. You got the Brewers, Cubs, and the Padres.